Following the channel for any length of time, recently you probably know that I'm on a bit of a Gerard Way kick. I love his voice, I love how expressive it is. Sometimes, yes, only sometimes, I really love the YouTube algorithm because as I start going down rabbit holes, it shows me things. And I found this raw recording of Gerard going through drowning lessons in the studio, looping it, and the producer was kind of speaking, try this again, try that again.
Play it back, it actually sounds good.
I listened to this line, I looped the video a bunch of times, and I was like, I have got to talk about this on the channel. What he's doing with his voice is absolute gold. Listen and watch. First of all, he's like into that mic and moving around. And
like a Brent dances in there. Fucking dance.
He's not self-conscious at all. He's just immersed in delivering this energy. Okay, that's the overarching theme we need to keep in mind. The words he's singing, we can wash down this engagement ring with poison and kerosene. But you hear him hawk. You hear this sighs. When's the last time your vocal coach gave you an exercise like either of those things? Listen again to the kind of engagement that's happening with his singing in the midst of these sounds. Engagement ring! Hawk! If we sigh and then really try to choke, and then let our voice engage in any way that it sort of does, without trying to force anything, but just kind of take what comes, we get this really interesting false chord engagement. But then he goes a step further. He starts singing in a normal voice after that. What if you hawk and then go into a note? I love to sing. I love to sing. Yeah! There's some really interesting things that happen there. Now, the second part where he's saying kerosene. This belly laugh. I strongly encourage you to take it out of the lyrical context that he's using so you don't try to imitate him, but really experiment with what you're doing. Jolly. Jolly! Jolly! But square this with your actual singing. Jolly! Never mind, I'm saying jolly and not jolly. Who cares? Jolly! 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 Oh! Jolly! With kerosene! I'm jolly! With kerosene! Yeah! I have to admit, when I was first listening to Gerard Way, I did not pull this stuff out of his voice, and I certainly didn't think to try it in my own voice. But over the years, and certainly as I've gotten more into what he's done and lots of other vocalists, this way of learning, pulling these strange secondary sounds, seemingly secondary sounds, out of these vocalists and experimenting with my own voice, not being afraid that I'm going to sound stupid, not even really being afraid that I'm going to hurt myself. You're not going to hurt yourself. When I started to embrace this way of learning about my voice, everything opened up for me. And I hope as you try this stuff, the same will be said for your journey. If you'd like more help unlocking your voice and you like my unconventional approach, click the link below and join my free voice course, and I'll help you do just that. And for more on my rabbit trails about Gerard Way, check out this playlist. Chris Liepe here with how to warm go there too soon without having a proper warm-up. And what you'll find if you're not properly warmed up for this kind of singing is that your voice never really behaves how you want it to behave during that particular singing session. So, I'm going to share with you 3 lines from great artists, great singers, that I use to warm up my voice for distorted singing. We're using inspirational material from artists we like, and then dissecting them in a way that's helpful for our own singing. And then in that process, we get to the point to where we can do a little bit more of what these guys are doing, but in a healthy, safe way. Big part of that is warming up. If you like this kind of approach, this way of learning about your voice and trying things, you will love my free voice course. Join that by clicking the link below in the video description. I want to introduce you to the newest member of my studio gear collection, a hot plate dual burner. Why is this in my studio? Well, it's not actually in my studio. It's just outside my studio, so I can heat things up during sessions or whatever. It's just nice and convenient to have close. But I recently got this, and the way it functions struck me the other day. It works a lot like my voice works when it comes to distorted singing. When we first turn the burner on, and we turn it up to its desired level, it takes quite a while for the ready light to come on. This thing is slow, way slower than when I use a normal stove top. This thing's been sitting cold for who knows how many days or how many hours, and when you turn this switch on, you've got to wait. You've got to wait for the heating elements to get to the point to where they're fully engaged, and then for the heat to transfer up into this surface. And this is the way that I think about singing with my distorted vocals. I don't just turn that aspect of my voice on and then expect it to be there. I have to turn up the heat and expect that it's going to happen gradually. And then when it's ready, we can expect the performance that we want. So that's how I approach these 3 lines in my warm-ups. I gradually turn up the heat. I don't have expectation that I'm going to be able to get there in a certain amount of time. I just play with these lines and I wait. I wait until I feel like that green light goes on. And that's a sensation thing. How long does it take? It depends. It depends on all sorts of things that are happening in your own voice. So go into these with no expectation and watch me turn up the heat on my voice as I'm inspired by these lines. Line 1, inspired by the live Chris Cornell in 1992 singing Jesus Christ Pose. Listen to how he sings it live. Listen. He's very clean up there. And you start out. I'm going to start even cleaner. I will start by warming up my head voice first. And you start me in your Jesus Christ pose. I will sing it almost entirely in head voice first. And you start and I'll throw my voice up just like he did in there. He starts on the low octave. And you start me in your Jesus Christ pose. I'll do that several times. Start me. And as I go down, just like he did, I'll gradually turn up the heat on my voice. I'll add compression, I'll add volume, but I'm not expecting myself to be able to hit this high D in full voice at all, or even in mixed. I'm staying in head voice. And you stare at me in your Jesus Christ pose. And you can hear me bringing a bit more chest in as I come down, as I gradually turn up the heat. My voice is kind of shaky and fiddly weird, but that's okay. This is part of warming up. This is part of sounding good. And you stare at your Jesus Christ pose. Okay, I'm going to keep turning up the heat, but I'm going to start light every time. And you stare at me, and you stare at me. You can hear even the way he did it. He starts light, starts clean, and then grits it up as he gets to the bottom of the line. I'm working in reverse. This is really healthy and the best way to warm up your distorted voice. Really, your voice in general. Start clean and high and turn up the heat as you work down. My goal is not to get this line perfect Chris Cornell condition by the end of my warm-up. It's to feel out my voice. And you... So I might take part of the line. And by the way, I'm not warmed up. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm showing you how I warm up real time in this video. And you stare at me. There we go. I'm practicing turning up that heat as I'm bringing the line down. And you stare at me in your Jesus Christ pose. Now I'm running out of breath. I'm paying attention to my body. When I got into the lower part of that line, I ended up bringing up my neck tension a little bit. I don't want that. I want to feel that out. I want to reject that. And you stare at me. And you stare at me in your Jesus Christ pose. That's feeling better. I feel like I'm able to put my hand on the burner or look at the light a little bit, just tap it and go, oh, okay, that's getting warmer. This is good. Almost ready. Okay. Again, I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for warm-up. And you stare at me in your Jesus Christ pose. In your Jesus Christ pose. And you stare at... That's feeling really good. Notice I'm able to get a little bit more girth up at the very top of my range, just like he was live. But it's still not that, it's still not all the way up there, right? I can't do that throughout the whole line yet because my voice isn't fully warmed up. But I'm going to move on to the next line. Shine down, the crow and the butterfly, part of the chorus. This is kind of, in many ways, the inverse of the last line. And I'll show you how I use it. It's one of my favorite Shinedown songs. But in the last exercise, I started clean high and worked down and practiced getting grittier and more engaged with my voice. Not full out distortion, but, woke up my voice, going from top head voice area down and engaging in my chest voice. Now I'm going to do it the other way, but I'm going to do it real clean and thin. I'm not going to try to right away get up to that real gritty or engaged, distorted crow or dandelions. It's going to sound like this initially. Just like a crow chasing the butterfly. Just like a crow. Hear how loose and sort of whiny and clean and not packaged this is? I'm feeling out my range in that sort of mixed squeeze that I've talked about on the channel and that I talk about a lot in my courses, but I'm not going all in yet. I'm just getting that pitch basis down and evaluating how my body feels. Just like a crow chasing a butterfly, dandelions. Now, what you'll find as you create this approach is as you ease into this, start with top down and then go sort of mid-range up, you're going to notice that, and you use this mixed voice approach as well, you're going to notice that the support that you put in and the relaxed neck and throat disposition is going to help your compression fall into place. And compression is the essence of great distortion, having a handle on that. So I'm going to work this in my voice just a little bit more and keep in mind some of the things I'm talking about. Just like a crow chasing the butterfly, dandelions lost in the sun. summer sky. There's going to be some ugly notes. That's not the point. The point is warming up and feeling out your voice. Okay, then I might go back to, and you stare at me. Now, just like a crow. Let your voice crack a little bit. Right now I'm feeling a little dry. Just like a crow chasing a butterfly, dandelions lost in. Notice I went to head voice there. I'm not pushing my voice beyond where I want to push it. And you'll see with various performances of Brent live, sometimes he'll even drop the octave right here as he's feeling out his voice. Just like a crow chasing a butterfly, dandelions, dandelions. Ooh, that's feeling better. Now I'm letting my voice sort of fall into that as I experiment with compression, as I experiment with resonance, bringing my resonance around. Dandelions, all part of the warm-up. The key is we want to be open to sounding bad or silly, even over these lines that we love. And listening to live performances of some of these really helps me get perspective because they don't sound all that, studio perfect live. So it gives me some room to play as I'm warming up my voice. Okay, so we have the top down, Jesus Christ pose, Chris Cornell, Soundgarden. Then we have shine downs, the crow, and the butterfly. And now the last one. And I'll do these kind of quickly like I am, and then I'll circle back around to each one of them and put each one in my voice gradually and kind of ping pong around to these different lines. And then after a while, my voice feels good and warmed up and I'm ready to go. Good old James Hetfield.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that time.
This is why I use it. It's spoken. It is not rangy. And this is where I really start to put in compression-based grit. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! I take the posture that I had from the Shinedown line, and I start working in a bit more to it. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! Ooh, give me fuel, give me fire. Work that around in different parts of my range. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! Ooh, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! Then I lengthen. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! And you stare at me. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! Just like a crow. Give me fuel, give me fire. Give me fuel, give me fire. Ooh! Lifting something heavy. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh! How does that feel? And you can hear my voice start to wake up. I can feel my voice start to wake up as I bounce around from all these ones. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, just like a crow chasing a butterfly. And you stare at me. Letting my voice do what it does as I approach these different lines. Sometimes you hear things not go right. Sometimes I feel things not go right, but that's why it's important to kind of bounce around and really be loose with what your voice does. Non-judgment. Do what you do. Let your voice do what it wants to do as you put these lines in your voice, and gradually let that burner heat up. Then you can enjoy it and use it, record with it, sing with it live, whatever. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Be sure to check out my free voice course linked below. And what are some lines that you use to warm up? Be sure to check out a lot of the other videos I've done on the channel when it comes to singing with distortion. I've done tons. So you can start working this stuff into a more musical and practical place in your own voice. See you for more. Born a singer or you're not. You either have a great voice or you'll never have a great voice. Maybe you got it, but you probably don't. That singer has that special sauce or that special sparkle or the soul in their voice. I don't have that, and I don't know why. We have our favorite singers, those we idolize, who were sprinkled on with good singing dust by the music gods. Well, I must just indeed be one of those people that doesn't have it and never will. That wasn't born a singer, even though I want to be, even though there's something that I really want to do, I'll never be able to do it. Well, there's no easy way to say this. Some of you are absolutely right. Some of you will never be able to do it. But not for the reason that you think.
Because I can hit the high-pitched notes.
It's not because you weren't born with a certain thing. It's not because you weren't raised around musicians. It's not because you don't have some connection or because you lost all your hair. It's not any of those things. Here's why a lot of people fail before they even begin when it comes to singing. To really grasp the why, we have to study and observe certain types of successful singers. Not the ones that seem to be technically more than proficient and amazing and godlike singers. Great singers, great frontmen who have done amazing things in a different way. Bono, Mick Jagger. You see, when you know what to look for, you may uncover why you can't seem to get it together and other people can. These singers are comfortable enough in their own skin to be an entertainer, to be a ringleader, to be a character in and of themselves that is completely detached from vocal or singing proficiency. Yes, over the years, they have become what we would consider to be good singers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying any of these people are bad singers. But when you go and you study their earlier work especially, you get a sense that they're up there without a care in the world. They don't care that they can't sing, and that's not even what the initial performing and songwriting was really about. It wasn't showcasing how good they could sing or how good they were at anything. It was this idea that they were going to go out there and do something and spread a certain energy, and whatever came out was going to be okay. It's natural when you set out to do something or become good at something to want a roadmap, to want a check these boxes, do these things, follow this plan, and then you will accomplish what you want to accomplish. And with good reason, right? Follow these directions to build the shed that you ordered from. But if you're going to follow that type of mindset with your voice, then you better shadow Bono from when he started to where he is now. And that's clearly not possible. But what you can do is abandon this checkbox mindset and begin to think about one word: freedom. If you have dreams of being a singer, you've gotten to a certain point, you've hit a wall, you feel discouraged, you feel like you'll never get where you want to be, stop trying to go where you think you want to go and pursue things with your music and with your voice that make you feel free. Not good, but free. Just take note of the complete other world that these performers are in their live performances. It's not about perfection. It's not about goodness. It's about being free. It's the only place maybe where they do feel free. Take this mindset and this inspiration from performers instead of, wow, they hit that note really well, or they're just what amazing control they have. Even those singers started from a place of freedom and enjoyment rather than looking upward and going, I got to do that. So throw out those vocal exercises, scratch out all those goals of hitting certain notes the way you want to hit them for a while. Start dancing around and yelling things out and throwing your voice in weird ways and being really playful with it. And do it in settings where you have other people to bring along with you. Could be a band, could be an audience. Become a ringleader. Become an inspirer merely by the energy you're putting out there. I guarantee you, your voice will fall into place way faster than if you are doing the traditional way of thinking about singing improvement. Once you've tasted some of this freedom and abandoned playfulness, click the link below and join my free voice course, and I'll help you go from this playful state to really learning some things about how you can develop better technique with your voice. And if you want more insight into this freedom abandonment mindset, check out this video. Liepe here with how to sing better without trying so hard to sing better. What do I mean by that? Well, I coach a lot of singers, and I do a fair amount of private coaching. And generally, the first time I see someone, they've got this laundry list of things that they can't do, or that they don't think they can do, or that they can sort of do that they want to do better. And they're rattling off techniques. Some of these techniques may be, I want to sing with distortion. I want to sing better without getting tired. I want to not strain while I'm singing. I want to sing higher. I want to have a better understanding of how to use my support. They focus on all of the technical aspects of singing because they think that they need to get all of these technical things down before they can truly have the voice that they want to have. And one of the first things I say to this laundry list self-improvement approach is, when was the last time you really emotionally connected with something that you sang or performed? Not when was the last time that you sang something well, or that you liked, or sang something and were critical of it. When was the last time you truly emotionally connected, maybe even spiritually connected, with something that you sang? And many of them have to think about it. They can't answer the question right away. Some of them can't answer it at all, because singing has been this clinical pursuit, not a creative and connected pursuit. I got to thinking about it, and what if someone asked me that question? Well, this isn't the last time I felt really emotionally connected, but it is one of the biggest, hands down, times that I have felt the most emotionally connected to a song. It's a song that I'm going to share with you today, and I'm going to talk through how the mentality of really diving in to a song and resonating with it on a very human level will help you connect things that you've been working on from a technical standpoint with your voice without you having to even think about it. If you've spent time with muscle memory, working on certain techniques, and you've gotten some sensations down, support, singing higher, stuff like that, but you're frustrated that you can't really do it, you can't do some of these techniques in a creative way, the best thing you can do is sort of throw it all out the window or put a pin in it, because your body remembers things that your mind doesn't necessarily have to think about, more than you know. The best thing you can do is cast this stuff partially aside and really dive in to a project, really dive into a song. A few years ago, I was hired to write this song. This lady had just taken her mom into an assisted living situation, and this mom was quickly losing quality of life from dementia. She wrote a song, or a poem, just a poem, for her mom. And this poem was telling her mom, who couldn't really even fully recognize her anymore, don't worry, I'll keep these memories. Even if you can't remember, I'll keep them and I'll pass them on. And it was this extremely emotional poem. And after her mom passed, she had this poem, and she sent it to me, and she said, I'd like you to write a song. Here's the general vibe I'm thinking, but you write a song, you come up with the music, you play it, you sing it, and I'd love to honor my mom in this way. And she didn't know this. I don't know this lady. I don't know Judy at all, really. But when she sent me these lyrics, or this poem, I was just sort of reeling from my grandma dying from dementia. As a matter of fact, 3 of my 4 grandparents died with some form of dementia. And I read this thing and I started, finger picking a little bit on the guitar and humming some of the, and I lost it. It was so close to home, seeing my parents go through, seeing their strong mom or dad, their quality of life just going south so fast, and memory and all these things not working, and then realizing that there's a chance that I'm going to have to deal with that with my own parents and my connection to my grandparents. And anyway, I started reading the words to this, and these words became my words. And I wrote the song, and I sang the song, and it was one of the easiest things that I've done from a technical or musical standpoint, one of the harder things to do from an emotional standpoint. But what came out, and you guys may have heard the parts of this song. I've included it in little bits of some other YouTube videos. You're going to hear it in its entirety, and I've left a link below so that you can hear it without interruptions. If you want to sing better without trying, find something that resonates with you. Write something that resonates with you. And wear your emotions in the performance. I hope you'll enjoy listening through to this song with me. I'm going to stop now and again and comment on various aspects of my performance, but it's not going to be in the usual way that I comment. But be having this in your mind. You want to sing better without trying so hard, without feeling like it's a boot camp every day while you're practicing? Do this. Put yourself in a creative position to do something that really emotionally connects to your soul. Here it is, Hold the Memory, Song for Judy.
Youth is wasted, so some say. Young souls racing through their day. So many words get tucked away in our haste to find a way to reinvent every wheel. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we fail.
There is a link in the description that will allow you to listen to this song all the way through, no interruptions. This was not tracked all in one take, this vocal, but it was mostly one take. It was one main take, and then I went back and did just a couple punches to fix some ugly notes here and there. And you can hear it. You can hear that there's imperfection, that there's a couple pitches and timing things that are not perfect. But there's this sense of rawness and true passion that you just can't get when you comp vocals together. Also, the posture of my voice here is very, very calm and contemplative, as I was feeling. Not as I wanted it to sound, but as I was feeling, as I've connected to the lyrics. Connecting to the lyrics and then singing how you feel as opposed to singing how you want it to sound. It's a subtle mind shift, but it is a huge mind shift.
As we grow old, we pack it tight. Love and joy, pangs of regret. Our mind is full of all these things, of who we are and where we've been. Things things that we've heard and the things that we've seen written in our memory.
Now here,
of who we are and where we've been.
who we are and where we've been. You could do what I normally do here and analyze, oh, yeah, I went up into my head voice here.
Of who we are and
Who we are, head voice, and where we've been, and went back into it. And that's true. That's what I'm doing. And I can do that and call that into expression with my voice because I've practiced things like that. But in this moment, I'm not thinking about doing that. Who we are and where we've been. I lost a bit of control in my voice. I remember this vividly, singing this part. I lost a bit of control because of the emotions that I was feeling. Who we are, where we've been. There may be a time that I don't remember where I've been and who we are. How will I be feeling? What will I be? It's these kinds of things that when you capture them, they mean more than any amount of redoing things over and over again to get the perfect take.
of who we are and where we've been. Things that we've heard and the things that we've seen written in our memory.
Pitch wasn't there.
Oh, let me be, let me be the one who holds the memory and guards the treasures of the mind. All that took so long to find. Once again, let them return. Lessons learned from bridges burned.
There's a very large dynamic arc that happens here. And
Oh, let me.
with this chorus, it's almost as though I'm reading the poem, and the rhythm, the pulling time is absolutely not intentional. It is, I had played, I tracked the acoustic guitar separate from the voice. And I remember when I was mouthing the words to the guitar, as I was laying those down before I recorded the voice, what I was doing was much more rhythmic. Da, da, da. Oh, let me be the one who holds the memory, because I was playing the guitar and I was trying to make sure that I got the measures right and the chord changes at the right time, because I'm not singing and playing this at the same time. And I remember starting to perform this take before I'd really gotten into the mindset of the character or the performance that I was going to have, and being a bit rote and rhythmic with it. And it wasn't there. It needed to be something that I'm holding the poem in my hand and I'm stream of consciousness begging my mom, who cannot hardly recognize me, to let me hold her memories.
Oh, let me be, let me be the one who holds the memory and guards the treasures of the mind. All that took so long to find. Once again, let them return. Lessons learned from bridges burned.
And you can hear proximity mistakes, let me be the one, where I'm backing up too much, and I'm clearly not working the mic well here. But it just doesn't matter. I think so many times when we're trying to sing better or record better or do things, we think about, step up to the mic right, dial things in right, get things set up, use a good technique. I mean, all these things. It's actually the best vocal performances are the ones where that stuff is not being thought about at all. It's thought about at some point when you're setting up your studio or when you're choosing your mic or when you're writing the song. But when you're performing or when you're making that take,
as I watch you slip away, a lady loved and full of grace. You made memories day by day of precious souls along the way. You taught us our faith, you taught us to love, you taught us hope comes from above.
As I watch you slip away, listen to how it sounds like something's slipping away.
As I watch you slip away,
The shape of that note. Slip away. Where more and more breath comes in and less note. There's something symbolic about that. Connecting the words with your voice creatively like this is huge for creating meaningful and good performances and just practicing this kind of thing with your voice. Not what words are you singing and how can you sing them, so much as can the words infiltrate the texture of your voice? Can the meaning of the words infiltrate the texture of your voice? Not just the vowels and stuff like that, but the meaning of the phrase. And this next chorus, listen to how the phrasing is different. It's, again, another sort of stream of consciousness thing.
oh, let me be, let me be.
You know, and listening back to this, it's been a while since I've listened to it all the way through.
And guard the treasures of the mind, all that took so long to find.
Those are hard phrases. You know, we're treasures of the mind, that's your treasures of the mind. The way that those vowels and consonants and the air interruptions and all that stuff works. All that took so long to find. And then going from this belted mixed voice sort of thing into this head voice, this is technical stuff. And I'm the first to admit on every other YouTube video I do that if you don't have foundations and you haven't practiced these muscle memory things, you can't emote the way you want to. So I want to stress that it's not that you don't work on that stuff and you don't try to get better with technique. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that tons of vocalists that I've worked with personally get to the point where they feel like they have the techniques, but their voice still doesn't sound the way they want it to sound. Or they feel like they're working on those techniques. Or they feel like they've got them sometimes. There's no better way to get better without trying than to go into this level of introspection and involvement with your creativity.
So many years and life gone by, precious memories laid away, oh so deep in your mind, waiting there again to find. mind, but now they seem to fade away a little more every day.
Pointing out a couple things on this verse. I was very disciplined in preserving the original flow of the poem. I did not change the poem to suit any sort of restrained, more song palatable kind of thing. And that initially was challenging when writing it, but when you are forced to work within restraints, new bits of creativity and happy accidents come out in ways that feel more genuine, because they are. You're not trying to pare it down to be more palatable. You're going, well, this is what I have to work with. Let me connect with it. Very, very different state of mind. And I mean, songs that I love are like that. They're less, I've done it this way, and more, oh, wow, that was different. That was unique and experimental. And then also, you'll hear throughout this, there are some pitch problems. There are some dipped notes and notes where I am under pitch and then I come up. It's important when you're doing, when you're listening to your voice and you're making recordings and you're writing, that you do not have perfection on the brain. Leave certain things in. Leave certain pitch problems in. Leave certain snorts. Leave certain timing things that, if they are emoting, but they're not perfect, they're better than perfect. But if you have to be perfect, you're going to get rid of those better than perfect moments.
Oh, let me be, let me be the one who holds the memory and guards the treasures of the mind. All that took so long to find, once again let them return. Lessons learned from bridges burned. Oh, let me keep your memories precious and sweet in my mind. All you've passed along to me. As time goes by, may I still find. Let me be. Oh, let me be the one who holds the memory. Oh, let me be the one who holds the memory.
There was an awful lot of whispering and contemplation, particularly toward the end here. When I made the recording, initially, in this section, listen without the vocals. I did this thing rhythmically here. Let me be. And I really liked what I did vocally. And listened back to it over and over again, feeling like, I hate this drum machine in there. And I tried to go in and play some percussion, because this is just a loop that I put in and end up leaving in a subtle way. And I wanted there to be this like, dun, dun, dun. I wanted the drums to follow. But when I recorded this, I didn't have access to a drummer that would play like this, that would do it in the time frame I needed it, and so I ended up just leaving this. But I felt so strongly about the way that I'd performed the end of this that I just decided to leave it. And I bet if I hadn't said anything about it, nobody would have even went, oh, the rest of the band doesn't follow that rhythm. It's fine. And I think the lesson here is, and you hear this in other songs too, not every instrument, not every part needs to be thought out and planned out. A lot of it, you can let inspiration happen and then let it be. Let it be. Don't overthink. Yeah, it might not be ideal, but if you really connected with something that you did, don't care what other people think. Let it be. Again, if you would like to hear this in its entirety without interruptions, I've left a link in the video description to an unlisted YouTube video that is just the song playing. So you can listen to it start to finish. I'd love to know your comments on this approach, on this mindset specifically, how to sing better without trying so hard to sing better, and what that means to you, and if you've ever had an experience like this.
I love you, oh loves. Do you have those? Do you wanna share them with me? I love you, oh loves. Oh, do you have those? I like to share mine with you. Can